Happy Tuesday evening, everyone. Welcome to Royalty Racing Network. The Championship 4 will be set by the end of the night, meaning 4 more drivers will see their playoff run come to an end. It's going to be a wild and crazy one, set up for the finale next week, and we are at Kansas Motor Speedway for the second and final race of the round of 8. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Joshua King, and as always, this is your Dev Sports Cards pre-race show. Let's take a look here at the race info for tonight. 110 laps is the distance. Stage will be at lap 30. As always, these drivers have one faster pair. Kansas is just over a mile and a half length, and we are 107 degrees Fahrenheit for the track temp right now. Going to make it just a little bit loose, although should cool down as the evening goes along. And 48% humidity, 80 degrees Fahrenheit is the overall temperature outside, so that track temp indeed should cool down as we go along here. Let's now pull up the playoff standings before we go trackside and show you where we're at, how it looks tonight for these guys. Justin Parham leads the way. He advanced on his win last week. Matthew Fritz is in second, although not comfortably just yet. Jay Stinson is in third. Matt Dickerson rounds out that cut line as of now. Vince Brent had a very costly 5-point penalty that has put him below the cut line just by 1 point. So it's going to be awfully interesting. Sharn Hill, after a rough evening last week, finds himself in 6th. Nicholas Walthorn is in 7th, 10 points outside of that cut line. And J.O. in a must-win situation tonight as he missed last week's race. And to be honest with you, he's not in the session as of right now either. And we're coming down to crunch time, so gonna be a wild one. And as always, folks, we'll update you on this as often as we can. But let's go trackside now and take a look here at your quick time so far in practice. He's not currently on the speedway, but that's the L1 of Travis Bennett, not in the playoffs. Here's your first guy that's on the speedway, and that's Matt Dickerson out of Ocala, Florida, in the Chevy Camaro Lucas Oil number 44. Currently runs second quick in the practice time, so that's good for Matt. Welcome in, everyone, in the chat. Alicia, Joe, Joey, Steven, Noah, Matthew, good to see all of you. Let's go Matt Dickerson. Let's go Walthorn. Yep, always fan favorite. Another guy on the speedway, here's the 99 of Kenneth Redinger in the Texas Roadhouse Chevy Camaro out of Reading, Pennsylvania. One of the few races he's joined us, if not the first. Can't quite remember, but he's out there tonight. Zach Stevens in the 33 is back with us tonight with another new paint. He's the one typically running the Moza Racing paint, but looks like some sort of a tribute car for the 33 this week. Pretty cool. Got someone on the front of that ride. Here's the 07 of Lauren Vincent in the correct paint, showing the correct paint this week. This is the Garst Media Chevy Camaro made for Lauren Flipper Vincent, Royalty Motorsports driver, and made by Drafty Beef. Good looking paint job there. We won't miss Lauren tonight for sure. Here's the number 9 of Warren Keith in the Target Axe Clorox Toyota Camry. One of the few Toyotas out here. Ryan Hufford in the 83 Oakley Alpine Stars ride as he takes it to pit road. Here's your one driver to advance so far into the Championship 4 in the Bojangles number 19. That's Justin Parham out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina. Got the win last week and makes his way to the Championship 4. Pressure's off for Justin. Here's Ryan Gomes in the Tammy Strong Cat, number 55 Ford Mustang. He's back with us this week after missing last week. Locks it down there as he got a little bit loose. Currently 12th quick in practice. Approaching 5 minutes to go. Here's the 48 of Matthew Fritz. He sits above the cut line, but as I mentioned just a moment ago, not very comfortably for most of the drivers. The only one that's comfortable is Justin Parham. Here's the 45 of Jay Stinson in the Frye Disposal Chevy Camaro, the title sponsor of the ARCA series this season. Shout out to Frye Disposal. Appreciate you being the sponsor for the ARCA series, and we hope you come back next season. Folks, as we've looked at everyone that's on track thus far, I'd like to take the opportunity now to announce that we officially have Royalty Racing merchandise live on the store. So what we're gonna do here, get back to my window, we're gonna post the link here. That'll take you to our team store, network store, whatever you want to say. Our logo is available on every single item that you see in there. So even though it doesn't have necessarily the Royalty Racing Network logo on the picture, it is available with the drop down in that same form. There's some t-shirts in there that literally have like 30 colors to choose from. It's awesome. I have at least one of every item, I would say. So if you have questions about anything, feel free to ask. I know it's been a long wait. I appreciate your patience. Everyone's been requesting it. I really enjoy that, but it's available now at that link, which is awesome. So share that, or, you know, order multiple items, whatever you want to do. But my favorite is one of the Flex Fit hats, and that is embroidery. The picture doesn't show truly what it will look like, but it is embroidered into the hat, extremely high quality. So that's my favorite hat. And then the polo, the like dry fit polo, I can't remember right off the top of my head what the actual name of it is on there, but the little logo on the chest, that also is embroidery. So it's a little bit more costly, but much better quality. I like the embroidery. Then I have a couple t-shirts and a hoodie that are heat press, and those are extremely nice too. Of course, we got the Drafty Beef Special Edition Daytona 500 NIS Victory shirt on there. Yeah, lots and lots of cool things to browse and look through, and women's versions, men versions. But it's out there, finally, and I'm pumped. Appreciate you guys hanging with me. Let's keep taking a look here as we approach 2 minutes to go. Phil Ellis Jr. in the 29 Ford Mustang is out there out of Port Charlotte, Florida. Phil Ellis Jr. Here's Sharon Hill. He's another playoff driver in the Metro Diner GNC 05 out of Richmond, Virginia. Looking to take her to the championship 4. Here's the 84, Nicholas Walthorn. Now he's out on track in the Fig Newton's Royalty Motorsports number 84. That's Nick Walthorn. Also trying to find some magic and make the championship 4 tonight. Here's Joey Hickox back with us tonight as well. A lot of drivers missed last week. We're scheduled to have 19 as of right now. Joey Hickox and Ryan Gomes unable to make it last week. Take a look at who we haven't seen yet. We saw everybody. Matt Dickerson, though, he's in the pit right now, but he did take over the quick time in practice, of course. And you know what? I had slated to interview J.O. simply because he was in a situation where it was a must win. And he's not here again, so that's your first person eliminated in the playoffs for sure. That's one way to do it. If you don't make the race, you're not going to make the next round. So one more quick reminder here as these guys close out practice. I almost said qualifying. Justin Parham, only one locked in. Everyone else, who knows? Who knows? But J.O. at the bottom, he will not contend. So let's go now to that look as we finish up practice and take a good look at the 45 of Jay Stinson rocking the title sponsor. Quick reminder, you see your playoff drivers are highlighted in the turquoise color, and there's only 7 of them once again, and there's the checkered flag waving, as that means, folks, we're getting ready to go qualifying here on Royalty Racing Network. We got just a little bit of a later start tonight, having, tech issues per the usual with the SDK program, but we got her figured out in time, and to be honest, we didn't need any more time since our interview isn't here. Paige, welcome in. Flip, appreciate it. Yeah, let's go get it tonight, buddy. Flip, Vincent, Matt Dickerson, team drivers. Matt Dickerson going to be out on the speedway. One of the first, and he was the quick time in practice. He'll be one of the first to take the green flag. Travis Bennett as well. We haven't seen him just yet. Travis Bennett in the orange cream Coca-Cola ride takes the green flag for lap 1. Chucky Balance also out there now, coming around. Vince Brent in the Busch Light Apple number 11. He's always mixing it up with the paints. I like it. Vince Brent needs good run. He's below the cut line, only by 1 though. Say his main competition he's going to be watching is going to be this guy, Matt Dickerson. Just hit a 30.754 on lap 1. Hopefully he didn't scrape the wall, or he'll be taking lap 1. Travis Bennett, new quick time, 30.349 out of 3 qualifiers. He is the quickest on lap 1. Vince Brent went second quick on his first lap, 30.528. Ryan Hufford, third quick in the 83, 30.608. Chucky Balance, fourth quick, 30.720. Justin Parham, oops, sorry, wrong person, 31.010. He'll look to improve as the 7th quick out of 7 qualifiers so far. Let's go back to Dickerson. He did scrape the wall. Tough break for Dickerson, who was quickest in practice. Bennett called it as well. Let's find someone else out here. Vince Brent, 30.509 for Ryan Hufford, stays third quick. Justin Parham improved drastically, 30.520 on lap 2. He'll go 5th quick now. There's Lauren Vincent, 30.632 in that sharp-looking paint job. He was 6th quick, now goes 7th quick as Sharon Hill is out there as well. We'll watch Vincent bring her to the line, see if he improves, and then we'll go back to Sharon Hill. Garrett Walden, he joined late. Vincent doesn't improve. He'll take lap 1. Garrett Walden, lap 2, 30.450. 4th quick. Here's Sharon Hill. Just as he crosses the line, does he improve? He does not. 30.625. Sharon will stay 7th quick. Kenneth Redinger out there, 30.856 on lap 1. Good enough for 12th quick. Nicholas Walthorn, new quick time to the top of the board on lap 2 for the 84, 30.339 out of 12 qualifiers. He goes to the top for now, does the 84. Zach Stevens making his way out there. Matthew Fritz Still a lot of quick qualifiers here. Warren Keith out there as well. Jay Stinson, Ryan Gomes, Devin Buchino. A late join, but he made it. Jay Stinson on lap 130.583. He'll look to improve. He's 12th quick out of 13 qualifiers on lap 1. Zach Stevens in the 33 coming around. Let's go back to Stinson now as he'll come around to finish his second lap before anyone else. Jay Stinson looking to improve on the 30.8. And he does, 30.563, 8th quick now for Stinson. Goes from 12th to 8th, improves quite a bit, about 3/10. Now back to Zach Stevens looking to set his first time. Matthew Fritz on lap 1, 30.544, jumps over Stinson. Warren Keith also jumps over Stinson, 30.560. 9th quick for Warren Keith, 8th quick for Matthew Fritz. Ryan Gomes goes 11th quick on lap 1. Matthew Fritz crossing the line. Does he improve? He does, 30.441 up into the top 5 for the 48 of Matthew Fritz. And qualifying is done. Devin Buchino squeaked in a lap, but it was his first lap. 17th quick. AJ Evangelista, Joe Tardif, Phil Ellis Jr. did not get times in. Let's bring you tonight's starting grid. Nicholas Walthorn in the 84 will get the bonus point, and he'll start on a pole. Travis Bennett in the 01 will start to his outside in second. Vince Brent will start third. Joey Hickox in fourth. Matthew Fritz will round out your top 5. Garrett Walden will start 6th. Ryan Hufford in 7th. Justin Parham in 8th. Warren Keith in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is the 45 of Jay Stinson. Ryan Gomes will start 11th. Sharn Hill in 12th. Lauren Vincent in 13th. Chucky Balance in 14th. Matt Dickerson in 15th. Zach Stevens in 16th. Devin Buchino in 17th. 18th will be Kenneth Redinger. He was the last of the qualifiers. AJ Evangelista will start 19th. Joe Tardif in 20th. And rounding out your field will be the 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. Let's go trackside now as they line up on the grid. Take a good look at the 84 and the 01 of Nicholas Walthorn and Travis Bennett. I know you guys at home are probably pumped. Walthorn's always a fan favorite. I say it all the time. But now you guys have something to celebrate early. You came through. That will help. Now all he's got to do is maintain, settle in just a little bit. Reminder at home, the stage is at lap 30. So for 30 laps, Walthorn needs to fend off all fights and hang on and win it. That would do him really well when it comes to making that last dash to get into the championship 4. And folks, I already showed Ryan Hufford crashed. Sure what happened there to Hufford, but only one lap around here for the parade lap, so we're not going to take a look at it. We'll bring you the split screen on your timing tower here momentarily as we had 21 take the grid. Vince Brent, I forgot, folks, he did qualify 3rd, but he did receive an EOL due to last week's incident, so he'll start on the tail end of the field. Of course, he's still qualified to try to get the pole. Nicholas Walthorn, Travis Bennett bringing us to green for the first time at Kansas Motor Speedway to determine the championship 4. And on the loud pedal they go as the 84 and the 01 head into turn 1. side by side all the way through the field already, as Joey Hickok's blinking just a bit. Hopefully that doesn't last too long. Hickok's finding the wall. Now they're 3 wide behind these guys just a bit. Walden in the middle, the 9 of Keith down below. Giving a lot of room is Keith. Matthew Fritz right up through that middle. Warren Keith does prevail for now. Travis Bennett and Walthorn still side by side. Bennett way up the speedway. Neither of these guys giving an inch real early here. And first 3 laps have been an absolute drag race. Now Warren Keith still working on the 31 of Joey Hickox. And folks, once the battle cools down out front, we'll take you elsewhere. And just when I say that, the 01 of Travis Bennett does get the lead now from Nicholas Walthorn. Matthew Fritz also on the outside. It would appear the outside extremely fast here early, as the 84 was able to hang tough for a few laps. Joey Hickok still blinking a decent amount. Walthorn now jumps up in front of the 48 of Fritz to close off that run, maybe get even a little bounce or a little bump from the 48, I should say. He'll secure second for now. Of course, Matthew Fritz looking to the outside again, gonna have it now. Take a quick glance back here. Garrett Walden gets by the 31 of Hickox. And Hickox just blinking. We're not even gonna be able to have the cam on him. Have to watch him from afar. As now the 07 rather of Lauren Vincent looks to the inside. That being for the 6th position. Let's not forget about this guy, quickest in practice, the 44 of Matt Dickerson. Didn't have the qualifying he'd hoped, as he was probably looking to set up lap number 2, and then he smacked the wall going into turn number 1, and no reason to continue from there. Your time won't count. But he's already up 6, finding himself in the top 10 for right now. They're all jumbled here, as now Matthew Fritz finds himself in the opposite position as he did just a few laps ago. Now he's on the inside, and the 84 Walthorn working the out. Finding Warren Keith on his back bumper is the 84 Walthorn now. Walthorn going to be able to use the outside to get back around Fritz. So Walthorn back to the 2 spot now, and they're still side by side, starting at Walden and Keith. This is the battle for 4th now. Warren Keith going to be able to drive around the outside and get that move done. He's up 5 already. Now Lauren Vincent, Joey Hickok still side by side here. And side by side, the row behind them as well, as that's Matt Dickerson and Jay Stinson now. Justin Parham right there on the tail end of this group, along with Sharn Hill, who's up 1 so far. Matthew Fritz managed to get back around the 84 now as they jockey back and forth, as Fritz looking to the outside now. The 01 of Bennett for the lead. Matthew Fritz going to be successful there as he goes around the outside, and new leader here on lap 10. See if he can hold off the rally from Travis Bennett, and he will for now as they're single file temporarily, at least for the top three anyway. Now Travis Bennett driving it back underneath. It's deceptive. They were still single file even though Bennett was on that low line and Fritz was on the top line. Warren Keith still has his hands full with Joey Hickox, as does Garrett Walden. So many lanes here. Justin Parham getting back now up one. He lost a few positions early. He's side by side with the 07 of Vincent now. As the 44 Dickerson looking for some room here. Trying to maneuver through traffic. Sharn Hill finds himself up to 8th now. He's been successful on that outside lane. Up 4 spots. Vincent up 4. Matthew Fritz up 4. Warren Keith up 4. Biggest mover though, this guy, the 68 of Devin Buccino, working the outside. He's up 6 now as he works on the 44 of Dickerson. Now they're 3 wide. Lauren Vincent's in the middle. Dickerson trying to go low. Buccino up top. Dickerson all the way down. They all cleared as it would appear. Lauren Vincent just backed out of it. Probably not a bad move this early in the race. Buccino clears for the 9th spot now. Lot of action all over the speedway. Travis Bennett, however, all of a sudden finding himself almost 3 wide. He's back to 7th. As Matthew Fritz leads the way. Walthorn back up to 2nd, working on Fritz for the lead now on the inside. Really tight quarters there with the 9 of Warren Keith. Going middle lane is the 84 of Walthorn. That's going to open up the door for Travis Bennett again on the inside, coming back up from 7th. Holy smokes here. We got 10, 12, 13 cars all under a blanket here. It is 13, folks. Lauren Vincent sits in 13. And you can see them all in one camera shot. Walthorn now settling back in, it would appear. Of course, Justin Parham going to take a look on the outside, smacks the wall a bit. Going to allow the top 4 temporarily to break away, as now we have a 3 wide again. Joey Hickox, Buccino, and Stevens now. This right in front of Vincent and Dickerson, still trying to maneuver their way through. Now it looks settled. Joey Hickox cleared. I'm sorry, Buccino cleared Joey Hickox. It's not over yet now. Joey Hickox may be off the pace just a bit as he gave that up fairly quickly to Dickerson now. Starting to spread out their mid-pack just a bit. Matthew Fritz still leads the way, being pressured though by the 9 of Warren Keith and the 01 of Bennett. Finding some speed here now, as at one time we saw him drop back. Vince Brent, it shows -3, but he started on the tail end of the field, folks, and he's up to 5th. Oh my goodness, 5, 6 cars just all next to each other. 3 wide again. Walden's in the middle again on Zach Stevens on the lower side, and now Stevens makes contact slightly. They'll keep it clean and green. 84 falling back now. Walthorn in 8. Matt Dickerson must have found a big hole because he's all of a sudden up in 6th, right beside Butchino. Absolute craziness. New leader, Warren Keith. I'm trying to keep up here, folks. Forgive me if I can't, but Warren Keith to the top now. Butchino is up to 6th. He's up 11. Vince Brent around there as well. He's right on that back bumper of the 68 of Butchino. Goes to the top side now, trying to get a run. He does. Walthorn gonna potentially try to follow him through. Vince Brent putting on a show here to get up to potentially compete for some stage points, which would be much needed. Dickerson looking to do the same. Walthorn at this point looking to hang on to some stage points. Travis Bennett now throws it into the corner, looking for the lead. Looking to go 2 for 1 here. He got by the 48. He did, I think, lead that lap just barely over Warren Keith. To see now. Oh no, Justin Parham around. Oh my goodness. So many cars collected. Vince Brent collected. Oh my gosh. Let me read the list here, folks, of guys collected, then we'll take a look at it. Devin Butchino, Zach Stevens, Justin Parham, Garrett Walden, Ryan Gomes, Chucky Balance, Vince Brent, Kenneth Redinger, Joe Tardif, AJ Evangelista. Was that half the field? Let's look on behalf of Parham here. We're going to slow it down. Parham, he's already loose there. That's the blue 19. He's very loose. Comes down, oh, and the 11 up the speedway as the 19 was loose. And then it was chaos from there. Butchino nowhere to go. The 84 of Walthorn sneaks by. The 44 of Dickerson. Watch this. He's got Reckon below him, Reckon above him. The 99 coming up a little bit. The 44 of Dickerson, how he makes it through this, I have no idea. But the man must be right with Jesus, folks, because we'll take another look at it. But look at the absolute carnage. Sharn Hill involved, Walden involved, literally half your field. Let's now take a look at it again, but from Dickerson's point of view. And we're going to watch it full speed here. Watch the 44. Watch. Where's he going to go? Nowhere to go now. Okay, now the C's part, and he just drives right through it all. Oh, my goodness. And it's so much more impressive at full speed. Oh, man. Absolute carnage. And yes, Joe, your comment just a moment ago, wow, great racing so far. I don't disagree. Amazing. But that close of racing, one person gets squirrely, that's what it causes. And an absolute shakeup here. Coming to the stage now. As, you know what, we're going to go to commercial. I'm going to find out if that was the stage. I'll be right back with you, folks. Stay tuned. All right, folks, I'm back with you. I know the commercial cut out there. It finished, rather. I got word from an admin that is not the stage. They're going to race it out in a mad dash to 30 as we're going to go green right here. Warren Keith, Travis Bennett leading the way. Walthorn, a resurgence. Back up there on the outside of that second row now. Back under green we go, and side by side, what else would we expect with basically a green-white checker to the stage finish, and Travis Bennett's going to clear temporarily. Walthorn going to clear Fritz. See what happened here. Matt Dickerson cleared. Phil Ellis Jr. finds himself up 14 spots right now. Vince Brent managed to get back out there. Oh, look out, look out. Sharn Hill squeezing his way 3 wide. Stage points could not be more important here. Travis Bennett, Warren Keith looking to play spoiler just a bit though. Sharn Hill, Vince Brent. Let's watch here. Travis Bennett has it secured for the stage win as of right now. Of course, we got one more lap to go. They're almost 3 wide. Dickerson way down below, and they are 3 wide now. Dickerson on the inside. Vince Brent in the middle. Went up the speedway, probably drove the tires off that thing, just trying to get back up front with where he started tonight's race. Sharn Hill finds himself up in 4th. And now look, amazing finish for the stage. Travis Bennett gonna take it. Sharn Hill, I believe, squeaked out 2nd. And he did, holy moly. Sharn Hill, he did pit on lap 25. It would appear for tires, along with the rest of the field that was involved in that wreck. Sharn Hill gonna finish 2nd place in your stage. Unreal. Matthew Fritz, Warren Kyle Keith, Matt Dickerson, Vince Brent, Nicholas Walthorn, Ryan Hufford, Phil Ellis Jr., AJ Evangelista. Wild and crazy first 30. Normally we'd get with your stage winner. But tonight we're going to get with Sharn Hill in the 05. Let's make sure he doesn't pit first before I interrupt a pit stop. And the only reason we're not getting with Travis Bennett, it's nothing personal obviously, it's simply because he's not fighting to get into the championship 4 here. So Sharn Hill elects not to pit, which means it's time to get with the Sentinel Motorsports driver of the 05, Sharn Hill. Welcome to the broadcast booth, sir.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. And man, what an absolute wild ending to this stage. You got a little bit of damage there in that wreck that when we were coming down the stretch. Avoided anything disastrous. I'm assuming you decided to take tires there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had to do what I had to do for the stage. Got a couple laps on the tires, not too many, but I definitely used every bit of grip that I could. So hopefully it doesn't hurt me too much. but I need to keep an extra one over the wall just in case there's more wrecks and I can have a set at the end.
I mean, an absolutely brilliant move, honestly, to not only come in, take a look at the damage, but then take tires when nearly half the field was involved in that wreck. You put yourself in a really good restart position and then just drove around everybody basically the last couple laps. Ended up taking second in the stage, so really well done there. Explain to us the strategy the rest of the way. Obviously, you come in right on the brink of that cut line, having to do everything possible and maybe even take a gamble like you just did. But how's your outlook the rest of the way, and how you feeling?
I'm gonna have a pack of wild dogs behind me. It's gonna be a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving over the last 77 laps. Who knows where it's gonna end up, but I'm doing everything I can to control everything I can. So yeah, it should be fun to watch. It's gonna be edge of your seat type of action for the rest of the race.
Right on, man. Well, Sharn, best of luck the rest of the way. I see you guys lining up 2 by 2, so we'll let you get back to it, and maybe we'll be talking to you after the race.
I sure hope so. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was your second place finisher in the stage tonight. Mr. Sharn Hill in the 05, going to lead us back to green from the outside lane, it would appear. But really nice to talk to Sharn, always level-headed and calm, cool, and collected is the 05 of Sharn Hill. So they'll restart it like this after pit stops, folks. Sharn Hill, Jay Stinson, Kenneth Redinger, Joe Tardif, Travis Bennett, Garrett Walden, Matthew Fritsch, Justin Parham, Devin Butchno, and Zach Stevens rounding out your top 10. Little mix-up there with the strategy simply because some of these guys, like Sharn, had pit just on lap 25 or 26. So you got those guys mixed in with everyone else. But back green we go on lap 35. And Sharn Hill, really nice jump there. Oh, and they're 3 wide already, right behind them. Bouncing off each other just a bit. Seem to get it sorted. Garrett Walden doesn't want any part of that business. He's going to try to drive underneath them. Now they're back to 2 by 2. It's the 99 of Redinger just scraping the wall, hanging in. Walden clears now for 4th. Sharn Hill still leads the way. Travis Bennett, pressure by Joe Tardif in the 88. In the Amp Chevy Camaro there on the outside, the pink and black ride. Good to see Tardif up here running up front. He will clear the 01 of Travis Bennett. Now Garrett Walden looking perhaps to the inside of Stinson, just peeking, not quite. Matthew Fritz looking to make moves now. The 33 is Zach Stevens, Warren Keith side by side, Vince Brent. And now Vince Brent on the inside here of the 9. Sharn Hill still holding the lead. We'll bring it to you when we can. Side-by-side battle here for 10th. 9th and 10th. To be honest, the 84 of Walthorn. Good pit stop. Didn't have an issue, but like I say, some guys varying pit strategies. A lot of guys on that pit stop during the stage only took, it would appear, what would be 2 tires or even just fuel. So a lot of varying strategies causing some of these guys that finish the stage near the front to be mid to back of the pack. Going to create a lot of interesting racing here as we go along in this stage. And as always, folks, that's the only guaranteed caution we're going to have here. Only one stage in the ARCA series. So we'll see how it plays out from here. Joe Tardif still managing to hold off Travis Bennett in the 0-1. Joe Tardif now potentially catching the 0-5 of Sean Hill, who may be trying to save tires a bit since he has a few laps older tires than some of these guys. And you heard him in the interview, he had to drive the heck out of the thing just to finish second on the stage. Joe Tardif going to fall back in line for now, not going to be able to get it done. Redinger in the 99 right on that back bumper, the 24 of Garrett Walden. Justin Parham also squeaking up there here. Walthorn is in the 9th and has a little breathing room in front and in behind him for now. Vince Brent still trying to work on the 29 of Phil Ellis Jr. Matthew Fritz in the Cup Series, at least last season when I was broadcasting it, ran the 29. Talk about a blast from the past. We got one race left in the season, and I'm pulling that out of the hat. Speaking of the 48 of Matthew Fritz, there he is, pressuring the 19 of Justin Parham. Little more spread out right now than the majority of that first run. Maybe everyone did their hard fighting to get to the stage. Now everyone just kind of cooling out a little bit. Now Redinger on the inside of the 0-1 of Bennett temporarily. Going to have to fall back in line here. That inside lane seems to develop significantly as the run goes along. Basically all single file right now though. 33 is Zach Stevens looking to pressure the 44 of Matt Dickerson, who did make early strides right after the stage break, but now falling back just a bit more. Of course, like I say, he got himself stage points. I know that was a big goal. Now he probably wants to just save tires and see what happens here. Set himself up for success later in the run. 33 is Stevens now going to look to the inside maybe. Going to force Dickerson to drive it a little bit harder as he does clear. And he'll go right back to that low line. Battle up front here. 3 wide now as the 99 of Redinger cuts it below the apron. Walden back in the middle where we've seen him a few times. Travis Bennett on the outside. Walden looking good, driving up right through the middle. Gonna make that move on the 0-1 of Bennett, who gives him a little push down the straightaway. Sean Hill continuing to lead. Trying to find a side-by-side race, but now they're back to single file here. Now Redinger looking to the inside of the 0-1 of Bennett. That drive off the corner right now when the tires are still okay is so strong, but Redinger is there. Joe Tardif now battle for the lead. Jay Stinson also looking to the outside of Tardif. Stinson gets the pass done for second now. Let's take a moment here to see if Stinson maybe looks to the inside. Now Garrett Walden Gonna try to get by the 88 of Tardif. Walden under 5-second pit stop during the stage, so not quite sure all of what he did, but it couldn't have been much. Jay Stinson not gonna peek out. Tardif finds the wall a little bit, maybe killing the momentum slightly. Now Walden takes over the third spot from Joe Tardif. Kenneth Redinger now looking to the inside of the 88. And he'll get the pass done for fourth. So Tardif back to fifth, still up 15 spots on the evening. Having himself a really good night. Vince Brent working his way up through patiently. Now battling the 84, Nicholas Walthorn, who was in a safe spot by himself for a while, but not anymore. Combination of catching the cars in front of him and the cars behind him catching him and everyone else. Vince Brent, have to believe, doing a really nice job of saving tires. Looks to the inside, the 01 of Travis Bennett. They're all stacked up. Look out, Bennett's really loose. Walthorn had nowhere to go. He had to get out of the gas big time. How Travis Bennett saved that thing, I have no idea. But heck of some driving there from the 01 of Bennett and Walthorn. But Walthorn in the 84 now, due to the massive checkup, finding himself in 14th now. AJ Evangelista in the 39 on his way through the field now. He finds himself up 4 on the evening. Got 3 cars a lap down. It's going to be Chucky Balance, Lauren Vincent, Ryan Gomes showing his out. Not sure what happened to Chucky Balance and Vincent. Vincent showing 2 laps down, Balance is 1 lap down. Sharn Hill continuing to lead. Vince Brent now trying to find his way up through the field. He finds himself in 5th now, does Vince Brent. I'll tell you who's coming with him. That's the 44 of Matt Dickerson, trying to work around the 88 now, and they're 3 wide again. And he does do so. So Matt Dickerson back up into the top 5. Of course, a lot of things have to go these guys' way here throughout the rest of the race, because like I say, there's already so many different strategies. Devin Buccino up 11 on the night, now working to get by that 88 of Tardif. Jay Stinson has company now as he was content following the 05 of Sharn Hill. Now the 99 of Redinger looking to the inside of Vince Brent temporarily. Didn't quite get there. Vince Brent now passes for second on Stinson. Now he's side by side for the lead on the 05 of Sharn Hill. Vince Brent looking to come all the way up through the field and take over the lead. Side by side with the 05. Dickerson and Vince Brent absolutely hooked up. Vince Brent clears and we have a new leader, folks. Vince Brent to the front. Matt Dickerson passing Sharn Hill as well. Devin Buccino looking to do the same, although he has more company. not going to be as easy. Now Dickerson looking to the inside of Vince Brent. Says thank you very much for giving me a tow all the way through. And Matt Dickerson leads that lap on lap number 60 here. Dickerson clears another new leader now. Butchino finds fourth as Zach Stevens comes out victorious from that mini car battle to go into third for now. Oh, and the caution is out. Looks like Joe Tardif, Garrett Walden, Chucky Balance potentially, Ryan Hufford involved. Let's take a look at what happened to Tardif and the rest of those guys. Let's rewind just a little bit. Here, as it appears, they're all good. Whoa. They were all good right there. The 9 and the 88 came together. The 88 was loose. And then he, just with the 24 Walden, nowhere to go, gets spun right in front of the 39 of Evangelista. See if any more carnage here. I will update you folks. The whole field is pitting right now. 45 of Stinson involved just a bit. Walden involved a couple times. So the whole field down here to not only get tires, but probably look at damage. And let's see if we can't give you a good look at the race off pit road. And oh, Vince Brent beats Dickerson out just barely. So Vince Brent will lead the way back to green. I'm going to step aside for a brief commercial break. Stay with us. Plenty of amazing racing still to come here from Kansas. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Just a quick commercial break. As you probably saw, the lights on the iRacing.com pace car are turned off, so we'll go green this time around, and hope you enjoyed the message from our friends at SM Racing Products. Take your sim racing experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, flag lights, and more with SM Racing Products. Check them out now at sm-racingproducts.com. And as always, if you use promo code ROYALTY at checkout, you'll get 20% off of your purchase of over $150 or more. That's a sweet deal. So they're lined up 2 by 2 once again. It appears everyone that time except for Warren Keith took tires. Two tires, I will say. So everyone going to be on freshies here as we start lap 64. Plenty of distance to go in this one. Vince Brent, Matt Dickerson lead us back to green. Vince Brent, good jump. Zach Stevens on the inside of Dickerson. Stevens clears now for second. Now Sharn Hill, Devin Butchino Thought maybe they were thinking 3 wide, but no. Dickerson content to go right back to where he was. Really nice run now on the inside of Stevens, looking to take back that 2 spot potentially. As Butchino has plenty of company. The 84 Walthorn back up there now. Joanna Bennett trying to look on the outside there for the 5th spot. They're all kind of bunched up, nowhere really to go. Sharn Hill looking to clear Matt Dickerson, but again, content with tire saving. Vince Brent, not necessarily in that same situation, being put on the outside by Stevens now. Good run off the corner exit. He'll continue to lead. Now he'll drop to the bottom, fending off the 33 of Stevens. Take a look a little mid-pack here. Here's Matthew Fritz, Phil Ellis Jr. Battle for 9th. Yes, that's how close they are. Now Sharn Hill looking to the outside. Good run on the outside of Sharn Hill early in this run. All the way up to 2nd now, right beside the 11 of Vince Brent. Whoa, look out. Vince came up just a little bit. They keep it out of each other though. Sharn Hill still looking to take back over the lead. He was the leader at that time by. How long will it take him to clear, and how much tire is he using? Vince Brent going to go to the top now. Get a much better line on entry. New leader again. Nicholas Walthorn running that outside lane. Back up in the top 5 now. Walthorn in the 84 on the outside of the 33 of Stevens. This is for the 3rd spot. Travis Bennett looking to follow him through as well. Bennett up into 5th currently, although still battling with the 44 of Dickerson. A little separation here as Matthew Fritz is the last person in this group. Not sure what happened to the rest of the guys. Must have got loose or something to break these guys up. But Parham kind of in no man's land for right now. Jay Stinson as well. Then you go back to Warren Keith, Joey Hickox, AJ Evangelista. Lauren Vincent probably hoping for a caution, as he would be your lucky dog. Back up front, Sharn Hill continues to lead with a lot of action right behind him. Zach Stevens, Kenneth Redinger now side by side. Joanna Bennett right up on that back bumper of the 84, giving him a push, in fact. 01 got a push, I think, from Redinger, though, as things separate just a little bit more here. Now Stevens and Bennett down below that line. Gonna have to push Matt Dickerson to the top side for now. Walthorn back into 3rd as he pressures Vince Brent. Electing to stay on that high side. No, he's in the middle line. Saw that early from Walthorn before the stage break. He liked that middle line. Now Dickerson finding himself temporarily 3 wide, it would appear. The 01 of Bennett backs out. Dickerson back where he wanted to be. Now Vince Brent back where he wants to be on that bottom side. The 84 Walthorn taking over 2nd place, folks. He's on the move. Battle behind him. Kenneth Redinger now on the outside of the 11 of Vince Brent. Ooh, the 01 of Travis Bennett finds the wall. Didn't appear to kill too much momentum. Chase Stinson, Matthew Fritz, your lowest sitting playoff drivers currently. That haven't locked in. Parham's in 12th, but he's locked in. Now Walthorn begins to set his sights on the 05 of Sharn Hill. He's way up on the high side, just like Sharn. 99 took a peek there of Redinger. Not going to have enough to do it, though. Garrett Walden bringing her down pit road, it would appear. He just left now. Joanna Bennett finds the wall again. That's going to kill no momentum. Vince Brent going to be able to fend off Travis Bennett for now. This Dickerson going to look to that inside. Walthorn now being pressured by the 99 who's on his inside. Walthorn is okay, hanging on to the outside. Sharn Hill continues to lead. You see him there in the orange and black 05. Redinger did get by Walthorn now. Vince Brent battling back now with Dickerson. We saw this about this many laps in to the last run when that lower line and the guys that saved tires started to come into play and be very strong. Zach Stevens still working on the 01 of Travis Bennett. Brian Hufford finds himself in the action now as he's battled back to be an 8th. He's on the outside right now, or looking there at least on Zach Stevens. Devin Bucchino finding himself back up there now. He's up 8 spots in 9th. Matthew Fritz rounds out your top 10. Vince Brent did get around the 84 of Walthorn. Looking now, peeking to the inside of the 99 of Redinger. 99 just a little bit loose on entry there. You saw the car turn a little bit. Look out, Brent. I think Vince thought he was cleared, but he wasn't quite. Now is Walthorn going to push it 3 wide? No, he will not. Probably a smart move. Vince Brent still side by side for the 2 spot. Travis Bennett now on the lower line. Looking to the inside of the 84. How much tire did the 84 use up now? Dickerson right on the back bumper of the 01. Content just giving him a push and staying put where he's at for now. Dickerson has been extremely patient, as has Vince Brent. Lap 81 now. Good green flag runs here tonight at Kansas. Devin Bucchino. It looked like he was peeking 3 wide, but no, sir. Now Dickerson on the inside of Stevens, still looking to try to get past him. Dickerson, folks, is pushing the 01 of Bennett down the straightaways. They're trying to clear these guys that have been running on the top side for a lot longer, probably using up their tires a lot worse, I would assume. But they just hang on. Vince Brent now is going to clear the 99 and jump back up in front of him. The 99 going to cross over though. See if he can carry the momentum here. Brent still going to be to his outside. Not sure if that's exactly where he wants to be. Travis Bennett must have got loose or something. He fell back drastically. Is now Dickerson takes over the 5th spot. Zach Stevens jumps to 4th and they're clear of the rest of that pack for now. Nicholas Walthorn just about 3 wide there, but Bennett backed out, it looked like. Now Buccino is beside the 84 Walthorn temporarily. Nice drive there from the 84. Now he gets to the bottom. Let's see if he can maintain that. Doesn't look like it. Those tires just too worn now. The 68, master at saving tires. You saw how much more drive off the corner he had there than the 84, and the 68 will take over 6th. Vince Brent now finally put the 99 in his rear view mirror, looking to work on the 05 of Sharn Hill now. We're 25 to go, folks. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break, but we'll bring you the action picture in picture. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. You see the miraculous racing we've seen, and the 05 now dropping through the field just a little bit. Could have been the result of using up those tires a little bit more to get out in front and maintain that significantly, you know, to get some laps led. Is now Vince Brent is your new leader. Matt Dickerson just took over 2nd place. Zach Stevens is in 3rd. Sharn Hill back to 4th for now. The 99 of Redinger also falling a little bit now off the pace. And here comes Buccino in the 68 as we're now 20 to go. That's your top 6. You got to go nearly a second now to this guy, Matthew Fritz, in the 48, sitting 7th. And now here we go. Green flag pit stops. Your leader is in. Vince Brent, Zach Stevens, Sharn Hill, Buccino, Phil Ellis Jr. all into pit. That leaves your leader as of right now, the 44 of Matt Dickerson. How much does Dickerson, Redinger, Fritz, Parham, and Hufford have left in the tank before they got to bring her down pit road? Not much, apparently, as now the 44 is down right now. You hope all these guys execute on pit road so it doesn't come down to a silly penalty determining the win or the loss. Matthew Fritz, now your leader, 18 to go. Late pit stops here under green. Parham, Hufford, Warren, Kyle Keith, yet to pit under green now. Lauren Vincent as well. Everyone else has already pit. Kenneth Redinger off pit road now. Dickerson also off, it appears cleanly. Matthew Fritz, let's watch him closely to see if he brings her down pit road this time by. Everyone behind him, well, Parham and Hufford at least, very close. Then you go all the way back to Warren Keith, 21 seconds back in the 4th position. Warren Keith yet to pit under green flag conditions. There's no battle on the speedway right now, folks. I promise we're not missing out on craziness. They all kind of spread out during green flag pit stops. And tell you what, Dickerson, Brent, Stevens, Walthorn, Hill, Bennett, Buchino, Redinger, all those guys that are up there competing for top 5s or the win even, hoping this completely cycles out and goes green. You see on your timing tower, they're all scored a lap down right now. So they're hoping it stays green to cycle here. And they all end up right back in the mix. Let's check on Vince Brent and Matt Dickerson. You see the difference there, about a corner. They were your 2 leaders when the green flag pit stop started. Matthew Fritz still staying out there. Now working on the 84 Garrett Walden, who is 13 laps down. So not for position, obviously. But similar tires. Walden last pit on lap 61 as well. Same as Fritz, Parham, and Hufford. So these guys really stretching it here. Probably hoping for a caution. Getting a bonus point for leading a lap. Lauren Vincent has went as far as he's willing to go. He's your next one to bring it down. He was shown in 5th there for his 2nd. But he was already a lap down, so this may put him 2 laps down. At least until Fritz, Parham decide to pit, and Parham coming down pit road right now. Of course, he's locked in, so the only way he would factor in whatsoever is to potentially get another win for playoff points, or to disrupt other people fighting to get above that cut line. You know, if he finishes in between them, perhaps. Matthew Fritz right now bringing it down, keeps her straight. Ryan Hufford also in, they both in clean. That makes your leader, well, your leader quite a bit further back. 21 seconds there even before they came down pit road. Let's see if Warren Kyle Keith pits here. He does not. He stays out. He pit on lap 62, so 1 lap later, he will now take over the lead. Eventually here, Dickerson will cycle back to 2nd with 10 to go, perhaps less. We're watching Warren Keith to see if he brings it down. He did not that time. Here's a battle for position here that could be important, folks. Sean Hill, Zach Stevens, Vince Brent, all very close to each other, grouped up. This currently the battle for 3rd, as Vince Brent is in that 3rd position. Zach Stevens trying any which way to try to get around him, it would appear. They did both pit, however, on lap 91. And Warren Kyle Keith, folks, is down pit road. That's going to cycle now with 8 to go to Matt Dickerson as your leader. And he's got a 3-second lead on Vince Brent. We're going to go back here now to the battle for second. Keep an eye on your timing tower, folks, to watch if Dickerson is expanding that lead or losing that lead. And I promise you, he is expanding right now simply because these two are battling. They're battling and jockeying back and forth for position. And if Dickerson is watching that on his relative, he's loving it, and he's hoping for it to go on another 5 laps or so. Vince Brent still holds strong. He fends off Zach Stevens, Sean Hill running that top line behind him. 2 guys that have caught these guys as well just a bit. The Owana Bennett and Kenneth Redinger in that 99. The 99er Redinger got in between, now gets past Bennett. Devin Bucciano is in 7th. Nicholas Walthorn is in 8th. Fritz Stinson are 9th and 10th. I don't want to be a buzzkill, but Walthorn's going to need a little bit more than this. With where Dickerson and Brent and Sean Hill are running right now, all of which right on that cut line, mind you. The playoff drivers that are above the cut line more comfortably right now are all outside of the top 5. And that's Fritz Stinson. Parham, he locked in, so that doesn't matter. Fritz and Stinson. That lead has ballooned to almost 4 seconds now for Matt Dickerson, who leads, and the 9 is not a factor for position here, folks. The 9 of Warren Keith, not a factor in Matt Dickerson's eyes right now, with the exception of not coming in contact with him or getting wrecked by him, of course. And we are 3 to go. The battle still raging for that final position. Zach Stevens has now taken over second. That's not going to help the 99's case, smacking the wall, as now he will fall back at least 1 spot, possibly 2. Zach Stevens takes over second. Vince Brent is in 3rd. This is the fight for 2nd and 3rd as we're now 2 to go. Matt Dickerson leads the way. White flag for Matt Dickerson. He's still leading. He's through 1 and 2. Getting just a nudge from the 9. Not needed whatsoever. But the 44 of Matt Dickerson off turn 4. He needed a win to lock in. In masterful fashion, he does it. And he gets the first ever victory for Royalty Motorsports in the SCSRA, and it sends him to the championship 4. He pit 1 lap later than the 4 guys behind him, and it couldn't have worked out better. He came out with a comfortable lead. They came out all together, and as a result, the 44 expanded the lead, and he'll burn it down at Kansas, locking in to the championship race. Holy moly. On a night where Royalty Racing Network and Royalty Motorsports launch the new merchandise for the network, how fitting for Matt Dickerson to come out here and win it. Let's give you your full race results here as they burn it down. Go back up top here. Matt Dickerson with the win. Zach Stevens in second. Vince Brandt in third. More than likely solidifying himself as well. Kenneth Redinger finishes in fourth. Sean Hill rounds out your top five. Devin Butchno in sixth. Travis Bennett in seventh. Matthew Fritz in eighth. Nicholas Walthorn in ninth. Jay Stinson finishes in 10th. Justin Parham in 11th. Ryan Hufford in 12th. Joey Hickox finishes 13th. Phil Ellis Jr. in 14th. AJ Evangelista in 15th. Warren Kyle Keith in 16th. Lauren Vincent in 17th. Garrett Walden in 18th. Joe Tardif in 19th. And 20th was Chucky Balance. 21st was Ryan Gomes. Let's take a brief commercial break here, and we'll get you the post-race show and the post-race interviews. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Going to be an exciting one. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back with you as you see the checkered flag wave there. And we do have our top three waiting for interviews, so let's get this post-race show started, and probably one of the wildest races, if not the most wild race we've had all season, and arguably the best, flag to flag. First, we're going to get with our third place finisher, the number 11 of Vince Brandt. Vince, welcome in, bud. You drove your butt off tonight, paid off. Come home with third place finish. How you feeling about it?
Honestly, man, I'm feeling really good. That was a hectic race, man. Had to start from the back and then found our way up front, and then got caught up in an accident, and then had to kind of do it all over again. And then thought I was sitting in a pretty good position there at the end. And then Dickerson, man, he put on the afterburners after that pit stop, man. So congratulations to him. That was a heck of a run by him. Congratulations to him making the Final Four. I know that was big for him and for Royalty Racing making the Final Four. So congratulations to you guys.
Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Vince, you came in sitting in fifth due to a costly penalty last week that honestly wasn't that costly altogether. You came in only 1 point out of that cut line. You performed tonight. You got stage points. You drove from the back of the field many times. Put yourself in a really good position now with Walthorn and Sharon Hill finishing behind you. ultimately, do you feel like you're going to make this Final Four? And if not, how would you rate your season overall if the playoff run comes to an end tonight?
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, if I don't make it because of that penalty, it's going to be absolutely heartbreaking. Because I personally don't think it was that huge of a. I think it was just short track racing, two guys kind of going for the same spot. But it is what it is. I'll pay the penalty for it. I think it's super close. Sharn got really good stage points, and he's only 2 spots behind me. I was only 3 to the good, so I don't know, man. We honestly, I feel like fourth place could be tied between me and Sharn. So if the fans watching at home, hey, you want entertainment, here you go. So keep in touch for this week to see kind of what the results are. But all in all, if I don't make it, hey, you know what? We gave it our best shot. And for me being a rookie, and this is my 5th, maybe 6th month now on iRacing, to be in contention to even make the Final Four with this group of guys, tons of talent in here, and to even have a chance, it's just, I think it says a lot, and I'm very happy with how I've stepped up here at the end, and how all these guys have just taught me to be better, and continue to plan on to continue to do the same thing. So if I don't make it, it's a bummer, but all in all, we'll just go get them next season.
For sure, man. And I want to do a little bit of a throwback here. I know kind of a lengthy interview, but we are in playoffs, and it's a big deal. So I want to go back 2 races prior to playoffs starting, the situation you were in, just to kind of paint the picture for everybody. You were in a situation where you had to come up strong, finish with basically top 5s as well as stage points, just to give yourself an opportunity to get into the playoffs. You did that. You squeaked in. And then you've continued to put on a show all the way through the playoffs in every single race and move yourself up to, from below the cut line in the round of 12 to, okay, yeah, Vince Brent, he locking in, secure. And then tonight coming in below, and another amazing show you put on out here tonight. You and Matt were absolutely unreal coming from the back of the field, the second to last run before that green flag pit stop. And pleasure to watch you this season, man. And regardless if you're in the championship race or not, heck of a season for you and that 11 team. And hopefully we'll see you back here next season rather. But before we let you go celebrate the podium, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Absolutely. As always, my wife, I know she's watching, so I just want to thank her for all her support, and love you. And I know we're getting closer to the baby being born, and it's just exciting. Just so much going on in life. Everything's looking good. So if by chance I make the Final Four and can top this off with a championship, it's been a dang good year, man. So thank you to Frye Disposal for sponsoring the league. Royalty Network, thank you guys for all you do. Couldn't do it without you guys, and all the fans watching that tune in every week. Thank you so much. Without you guys, it wouldn't be near as fun. So to everybody that makes this possible, thank you.
Well said, man. And I'm a little disappointed I didn't see your wife chatting tonight. But then again, I did have a lot of craziness going on basically all race. But I'm just messing around. I don't care.
No, you're good, man.
But anyway, go enjoy this one, man. Celebrate a little bit. I know you're going to be biting your nails seeing if you got into that championship 4. I'm sure they'll probably understand that from everybody and get it out sooner than later. But, yeah, we'll talk to you next week, man.
All right, appreciate it, man. See you next week.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was your 3rd place finisher, Vince Brent, in the number 11. Now, eagerly waiting, I'm sure, the 2nd place and 3rd place finisher. We're going to get with the 2nd place finisher now. That's the 33 of Zach Stevens. Zachary, welcome to the broadcast booth. It's been a little while.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Hey, man, you ran a really nice race tonight. You finished tied with our winner for the biggest mover position tonight, up 14 spots on the evening. Tell us what was working for you to get to the front early and then ultimately to stay there the rest of the race.
Yeah, qualifying, I was putting my kids to bed and I didn't make it back in time. So I was coming out of 4 on my 2nd lap and it shut it off. So, but yeah, just really didn't really try and push it too hard, honestly, for the whole race. Really just tried to take spots where I could get them and try to run the low side a lot, save tires. It seemed like later on in the run, the low side really got a good run off if you hug the line. Yeah, just tried to save tires, and then that last pit stop, I couldn't have got on pit road any better. But I found out that the 44 took 2, and for some reason, I guess 2 tires just works good here. He just pulled away from us. Me and 11 had a little battle there. It was fun with him. I was able to get to his outside and clear him. I really thought that was going to be the fight for the win, but the 44 just walked away from us. But I mean, good for him for making that call and for it working. Good win for him. I'm happy with second. But yeah, it was a fun race, fun track. These cars are probably my favorite to run right now.
Oh man, I mean, you guys put on a heck of a race from start to finish, and 4 of you specifically put on a really, really exciting race right down to the finish. You, Vince, Kenneth Redinger, Sharn Hill, all battling for those final 3 or 4 positions, honestly, and you came out victorious over them. Little bit of the pit strategy paid dividends for Matt Dickerson, but I mean, execution for you guys and to finish up 14 spots. Really nice race tonight, Zach. It's always nice to talk to you. I know you're not battling for the championship 4, but I have a strong belief that you will be next season if you come back. But Zach, congrats again on the second place finish. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank, shout out, or anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, as far as next season, unless my work schedule changes, I won't be, because I can only make every other race the way my work schedule is. But yeah, I mean, if I can make every race, I feel like I could make it decently far. I mean, I've run pretty consistent. But yeah, I just want to thank my teammates in the chat, the admins for putting on the league and everything, you for broadcasting, and my dad and my uncles for watching. And I had a paint scheme from my grandpa tonight. He died this day last year, so it was a little tribute to him, running that paint scheme tonight. So, but yeah, thanks again for broadcast. It was fun.
Of course, man, and thanks for telling us about the paint. I mentioned that I think in practice or qualifying, or you didn't make it for qualifying. So I mentioned it in practice. The paint that we saw, didn't know who it was, but that's a really cool thing. It's awesome in iRacing that we are able to do that and do tributes and throwbacks and all those different things for people we love and people we miss. So, Zach, go celebrate this one, and we'll see you back out here maybe a little bit next season.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a good night.
You too. Once again, folks, that was your second place finisher, the number 33 of Zach Stevens. But now, it's time to get with your winner. First time winner, and he had it all laid out on the line. You see the playoff standings on your screen, and he absolutely delivered, and that is the number 44 of Matt Dickerson. Matt, welcome to the broadcast booth, buddy. Woo!
Yep.
Man, all right, let's get serious. You came in here, 4th place, right on that cut line. By no means comfortable whatsoever. 1 point on the 3rd place finisher tonight of Vince Brent. But you left nothing up to chance, and you just decided, I'm going to go out there and win the thing. Talk us through early on. We know, not to bring up a sore subject, but we know qualifying didn't go the way you wanted it.
Yep.
But we also know that you were the fastest in practice. So as soon as you knew your starting position, kind of walk us through the race from there and kind of how you were playing it the whole way.
All right. So practice went good. I got first. Qualifying, I was going to qualify up front. I knew that. But then the problem was I rode the outside the whole first lap to get the tires heated up, get momentum. And as I went in to go in on my second lap, I arced it way out wide, and I barely scraped the wall, so it invalidated my lap.
Yep.
So it only counted my first lap when I rim rode the whole track. So that's why I ended up qualifying back. But luckily some other people didn't qualify and had a couple of EOLs and everything. So I was able to, I think I started like 13th or something. And I was I don't know, I was kind of just hanging out, just riding the bottom, like hooking that white line really good. Seemed like better than everybody else. And I was just chilling, man, trying to move up to the front. And then I got behind Vince, and I figured, well, actually, I held him off. I think I got 5th in the stage. I held him off right behind me, so I knew, I'd be a couple points ahead of him. So then the last half of the race there, I was kind of just trying to shadow what he was doing so I could finish right by him. And yeah, it was crazy, man. And then we went into that last, and then people kept burning their stuff off. So that's when I kept coming back to the front. I don't know if you've seen a couple times it happen. And then that last pit stop, I actually took 2 tires, and I was
Yeah.
actually running away. I was actually running away from everybody. It was wild. I hit my fastest lap.
Well,
My left rear was at a 55
yeah.
at the end. It was crazy.
To help your cause, Zach told us, oh, yeah, he took 2, which news to me, but, I mean, all the chaos, I didn't notice the difference in pit stop time. But to help your cause, the 4 or 5 right behind you were fighting each other back and forth,
Gotcha.
jockeying. So not only were you able to run your line consistent, but then also they were fighting, and that had something to do with your gaining or expanding the lead as well. But let's go back just a little. You mentioned following Vince, and, man, you guys came up through the field after the stage simply because of different strategies playing out at that time. You had to work your way back up. You and Vince kind of hooked up and just stayed on the bottom, and every time someone would go high, you guys would squeeze in there and pull off, the pass, and then all of a sudden you guys are up front. I mean, did you guys talk about it at all, or was it just kind of, hey,
No.
this is working, we're going to roll with it?
No, I mean, I wasn't even talking to him or anything. I just know we were battling for that last spot. So the way I was thinking was I finished one ahead of him in the stage, So I was +1 coming in. That would have been +2. So my thing is, I'm just going to shadow him, you know what I mean? I don't want to get in front of him and burn my stuff off and then fall behind him and 3 cars back. I'm going to do exactly what he does. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I thought, I thought in my head that I could beat him anyway. So I was just going to stay right with him when it was time, and then I was going to go around him, I was just trying to do exactly what he was doing, was my plan.
Well, it couldn't have worked out better, and the one thing that you did differently was a different pit strategy that ultimately worked out for you. You lock into the championship 4 now in very nice fashion. So we were talking about it a little bit earlier. You said, oh, if I could just make the championship 4. And, man, I mean, you took care of business. That's what you had to do. But, Matt, before we let you go pop the champagne in Victory Lane for this one, for once, I wanted to let you know you are the first Royalty Motorsports win in any SCSRA league, so welcome to that little piece of history there. And second, is there anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight, or anything special you'd like to say?
Well, first of all, that's awesome, man. I'm glad I was able to join you guys' team. It's a group of, a bunch of good people. I really enjoy it. And thank you for, letting me come on with you guys with Royalty Motorsports. It's a lot of fun. And thank Lauren for, being a teammate and everything. And, man, I've had a lot of fun with you guys. I told you we weren't going out without a fight, so hopefully we can bring it to them at Phoenix.
Absolutely, man. You weren't lying. Appreciate that. And we're happy to have you, man. Matt, go celebrate this one. I'm sure I'll be talking to you here in just a matter of moments after we close this thing out. But, yeah, go enjoy it, man. Get ready for next week, but celebrate tonight.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was your winner, the number 44 of Matt Dickerson. Man, what a wild and crazy race. Caitlin, I forgive you. And that's awesome, by the way. You're watching on the TV? I never thought about that. I could do that. I watch a lot of broadcasts when I'm not broadcasting or racing. Never thought about putting it on the TV, but that's a solid idea. But, yeah, wow, what a race, man. This was the winner aside, right? Teammate of mine or member or whatever. One of my favorite races of the season. It was so close, so many lead changes, so many differing strategies, and you add in the playoffs, it just amplifies the intensity. I can't say enough the amazing schedule that this group of admins has worked to put together this season for this ARCA series. And first season of the ARCA series, they absolutely nailed the schedule. It's been incredible. And we have one more race to go, and it's at Phoenix Raceway next week. Going to close it out, the inaugural season of the Frye Disposal ARCA series here. Will crown a champion. I can't be more excited for it. But thank you, all of you, all season long for making this absolutely amazing. I work every Tuesday at my day job. I race Monday nights, and to be honest, there are times in that afternoon portion of a Tuesday where I got to find the energy and I got to get it going and get excited. And it doesn't take me much but to get in front of the screen and get that music going at the beginning and start getting pumped for this. So I appreciate all of you chatting with me every single race, being excited, being invested, encouraging me to do the merchandise that we launched today finally, encouraging all your friends, your family. I mean, it's just so amazing. I love doing this every single week. And I am hoping that I'm back for next season on Tuesday nights here with the SCSRA. But there are things that are not controllable, that aren't in my hands. But if I had it my way, I'd absolutely be back with you guys doing it all over again. So we're going to close it out tonight. But before we do, of course, Frye Disposal, once again, title sponsor. Couldn't thank them enough. Them and Jay Stinson coming on board. FryeDisposal.com. Check them out now. They do trash disposal pickup weekly in Smith County, Virginia, at the surrounding areas. Call or email for quotes. Mention iRacing in this broadcast. You'll get $10 off. Once again, that's FryeDisposal.com. Check them out now. And to thank for our new merchandise and our full team store that you have access to now, Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel. Whether you run a company, a government agency, a sports team, or even a virtual race team, turn every item into a statement with Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. Comment for details or hit me up on Discord. You guys know plenty of people to get a hold of me. If you want to get in touch about your company, a sports team, or any of those things, we can hook you up. And finally, SM Racing Products. As I mentioned before, I have a custom-made button box as part of my rig and my setup. It's worked wonders for me and taken my performance to the next level. You can do the same. Check them out now at sm-racingproducts.com and use promo code royalty for 20% off your purchase of $150 or more. For everyone here at the Frye Disposal ARCA series of the SCSRA and everyone at Royalty Racing Network, my name is Joshua King. I appreciate you joining me. We'll be back tomorrow night for the final race of the round of 8 in the Next Gen series here in the SCRA, and then championship week next week. We'll be on the air at a special time next week for a full pre-race show with an interview with all of the championship 4 folks. So we're going to be on a little bit earlier than normal next week. Stay tuned for the announcement on that time there. Y'all have a good rest of the night. Thank you again. Enjoy it. We'll see you next time.